Okay guys, today on Food That Is Good, as you can see, we have a new guest star, Reed, and he's gonna tell us.
Today we're gonna be making a nice, easy mac and cheese that's delicious.
Alright guys, today we have five different types of cheeses. American, and we have a mixture of mozzarella, smoked provolone, Asiago, and Romano. And all our other ingredients are, we have butter, some Italian seasoning breadcrumbs, some macaroni elbow pasta, some milk. I usually like to prefer whole, but this is 2%.
Whole isn't good for you. It makes you chunky.
And this is a all-purpose flour. We'll be right back to you when we start making our delicious mac and cheese.
Hey guys, I'm the newest guest star on Food That Is Good. My name is Cal, and I'm just showing you what we did with the boiling pasta here. So you just want to put a little bit of sea salt in and a little bit of olive oil, and then you're good to go. So just let it boil. And next we will be showing you, what are we showing them next?
The cheese sauce.
The cheese sauce!
Alright guys, now we're going to make our cheese sauce. So what I have here is just some milk, and you're going to just want to put a generous amount of milk. Probably around that much, because you don't want it to be too dry.
Next we're gonna put in some of the four cheese. You want to put in a lot of it. Make sure it's nice and thick. Whoops.
Just dump the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. After this, we're gonna put in the American cheese. Can't see with my glasses on.
And we have a little butter here, which we can cut up with a knife and use. About a tablespoon, actually I'll just use this whole amount, but about a little more than a tablespoon of butter should be good.
We're using 2 slices of American cheese here. That should be enough. You might want to rip it in half before you put it in.
Then constantly stir this milk so it doesn't burn on the bottom.
Yes.
Milk can burn pretty easily on the bottom.
That's a very important part.
And you're just gonna want this to reduce down. And what you also want to do is take the flour, which is over here, and add a little bit of the flour to about a tablespoon or so of flour to your cheese sauce. That's going to help it thicken beautifully. Alright, so that's our cheese sauce, and we're just going to let it reduce nicely, and this is what we're going to mix into our pasta. Alright, we'll be right back to you once this cheese sauce is reducing.
Hey guys, we're back here, and we're just showing you how to prepare the bacon.
You're going to want to take about 10 strips of bacon, put them onto a tray, and then toss it into the oven. Let's see if I could.
Make sure they're all flat on the pan so they get nice and...
Help me out, Cal.
What? Make sure you always wash your hands before you do this too.
And afterwards, because it is raw meat.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go over here and see how our cheese sauce is doing.
You guys see that nice and bubbly? Just going to cut down the heat a little bit because it's getting a little thick. Let's see that. Ooh, that looks good.
Food that is good.
Alright, so
now we're just going to put this
right
into
here.
the oven. And there you go. Just let that sit for a little.
Vivek, how long is that going to be in the oven for?
Probably around 10 to 15 minutes or so, or until it gets slightly browned on the top and nice and crispy.
Yeah, you want it to be especially crispy in the mac and cheese so you really get that crunch.
Make sure you're always washing the bacon because all ovens are different, so it could take faster or slower than 10 or 15 minutes. And we'll come back to you when that's finished.
Okay, so we're back and we added our cheese sauce to our pasta, and as you can see, it's thicker, and that's because we added a few more slices of American cheese to it. So we're gonna bring this over, put it in there. We're using this pan so that way we can bake it. Let's turn off the stove. So we're gonna add some breadcrumbs. You don't want to add too much, but you want to add enough so that way you get a nice layer and they'll turn golden brown when you bake them.
Just pour it on.
So
Melted butter. And what we're going to do to that is we're just going to add a little bit of butter and let it melt right on top. You don't really need it to be melted, but it could be melted. Any preference is fine because it will melt in the oven itself. We're just going to cut this into a little different slivers. Just let that sit in different quadrants of it. And that will be good. What we're going to do with this is we're going to bake it for 10 to 15 minutes, and then we're going to broil it for some more, just to give that golden brown on the top and make the breadcrumbs a little crispier.
So we're gonna wait till our bacon is done so we can add it on top, and then we'll put it all in the oven, cook it, and show you guys our final result.
Hey guys, so we're back. What we did was we just took the bacon off the tray, cut it up a little bit, and scattered it over the dish.
And if you want, you don't have to, but if you wanted a little extra taste, you could take some bacon grease, and you don't need a lot. Just pour it over the top of the mac and cheese and the bacon, and it'll give it a little extra something. So next we're going to take the mac and cheese and put it right into the oven. There we go.
And we'll see you when it's done.
Okay, so our mac and cheese has been in there for about 10 minutes, and we're gonna put it on to broil now.
You don't want it to be directly under the heat, because then it could catch fire. You want to closely watch it. Very closely watch it when it's unbroiled, because it can easily burn.
Well, we're actually gonna put it on convect broil so that way it cooks it all the way through. Convect has it so that way the heat is coming from all over, and that makes it cook so much easier, so we don't really have to worry about it burning on the top, but we still want to watch it to make sure that it doesn't overcook. Start that up.
And you want to probably keep it in there for about 2 minutes or so, broil, and then you want to check it. You don't want it to ever turn black, because the breadcrumbs need to be golden brown. We will get back to you once this is out of the oven and ready to be served.
Okay, so as you can see as we're serving it, look at that gooiness of the cheese.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, get that on there. Just get enough for everyone.
Take a nice bacon. Oh, that breadcrumbs, and take a nice bite of that.
I get a nice big spoon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hot. Mmm.
Oh my.
Wow.
Delicious.
That's really good.
Oh.
Make sure you let it cool down so that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Well, that'll be it for today. Remember to like, comment, favorite, subscribe.
And remember,